45 little lies that became their life. According to Reddit, number 45. I was a simple retail employee. Basically, been doing it since I got out of high school. Maybe the old college try. Or I made the old college try. But ended up not pursuing anything more than double A. I worked with a lot of people I really liked and admired for one thing or another, and I just wanted to fit in with them. Compared to the stories they told, I always felt like I had done nothing with my life or time. Well, one slow day, stories are being exchanged, and the conversation rolls back to me, so I blurted out that I was a photographer in my off time, and went on a long history about my years in photography with film and my own dark rooms, and I told countless stories, or lies, about the difficulty of transitioning from film to digital, but still kept my old film cameras for certain types of shots. I fucked up. Of course, everyone wanted to see my work. I weaseled and told them that I would bring stuff in, but of course had nothing to show. That night after work, I went to Best Buy and maxed out my credit cards to get a lot of camera equipment, indent on a tirade of learning everything I could. Signed up for a few community college courses on every type of photography I could sign up for. All so I could hide the mountain of shame I created. I started taking pictures every morning at dawn, and every evening I could get out of work before sunset. I worked as an assistant to a wedding photographer for free for 3 months. On top of it all, to fill out a portfolio that hadn't existed up until this point. Everyone was so happy looking at my work that I couldn't bring myself to stop. I kept at it. I hiked trails and didn't think that I could hike, but just to get that perfect hard to find view of a sunrise the next day, I started doing weddings and parties by myself for free to capture the perfect pictures out of 1,000 so I could show it off. I started traveling the world so I could validate the photography adventures I told stories of. It's been a spiraling mountain of lies, but at the end of the day, I discovered my love of photography through them, and now it's my whole career. 365 days a year, and I have never been happier.
Oh, what a gay little story. So great. Give you that heartwarming, mushy feeling on the inside.
I'm still like catching my breath here. Give me a second. As we travel up to number 44, my first relationship. A few days in, my then girlfriend tells me she isn't ready to go public just yet, and if we could just pretend we weren't together for a few days, then she would be ready. 6 months later, I had lied to so many people for her that I can't tell what's real, and anytime I asked her if we could stop, because it was messing with me, she refused and argued her way out of it. Looking back on this, fucks with my head to this day. Amazing how much things like that can snowball. Somebody say, you a side bitch.
For sure. You celebrate that side bitch status tonight.
Brandon says, I lie about sand on a frequent basis. Well, As we roll up to number 43, I love you. You liar. I can say I love you to my stream and totally mean it. That's the kind of guy I am. That is the kind of guy that I am. Wow. Unless you're sand. I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. As we roll up to number 42, I was having a rough time commuting too far for work a few months. Decided to quit to find something closer to home, but told everyone I had been approved to work from home. When I went to give my 2 weeks, my manager asked, I know the driving has been killing you. How about you work from home? Work laptop to my left. Great British masterclass as I type. Been working at home ever since. Wait a minute. Something spilled near me. How gross. I don't have the adequate tools with which to clean it nearby. I'll have to deal with it sooner or later. But for this stream, I'll make the sacrifice and continue. Number 41. I love you turned into 11 years of marriage, 2 kids, and a divorce. I was a young, dumb kid who just wanted to help his insecure girlfriend feel better. Helping insecure people has consequences. At least most of the time. Michael Davis asks, did you finish that movie, Kyle? Nah, man. I came close to getting struck, apparently. Shit.
Good thing I didn't get struck, baby.
I can't afford that right now. YouTube and its rules, man. Never ending. YouTube and its rules. JMB says, I came to this stream literally at the perfect time, just as Kyle started reading number 45. I can't believe it. Well, this guy can't believe it. I can't believe it. Let's spin the wheel. Number 40. In my senior year, my friend group had this thing of doing self-deprecating jokes as an almost kind of competition. I decided to take it a step further, saying things like, this is why my parents never loved me. Be careful what you wish for, boy. Sorry, I feel like the music is suddenly a little loud. I'm gonna adjust that, okay? So here we are. I decided I'd take it a step further and say things like, this is why my parents never loved me. Or, where can I buy some sturdy rope? Essentially joking about being depressed. The jokes never stopped, and I guess when you keep telling yourself something, it really does come true. 2 years later, guess who's depressed and seeing a psychiatrist? Nigga, we're all depressed. That's like me saying, man, sometimes when you get in the shower, you get wet, boy. Guess who gets wet in the shower now? You stupid bitch. Take my downvote and get the hell out of here with your corny ass. Number 39. I didn't want to go to dinner with the gang from work, including my boss, so I told them I was having dinner with my wife and her parents. I lied. I get home, wife wants to go out to dinner, so we head to the restaurant, and just as we're getting near the door, I see the work gang with my loudmouth boss all piling out of their cars. What are the odds of us picking the same restaurant? Shit. Busted. There was an old couple walking into the restaurant in front of us. I held the door for them and insisted they join us for dinner. Uh-oh, there's another song on the playlist. Give me a second. Huh. There was an old couple walking into the restaurant in front of us, and I held the door and insisted they join us for dinner. They were quite perplexed, but accepted my offer of a free dinner. You were going to pay for it for them. Man, you crazy. Just to make it seem like it was your parents. White people can get away with anything. Oh, yeah, these are my parents. Just a bunch of white people that are old. Haha. It was the most uncomfortable dinner ever. They had no clue who we were. None of us had any shared interests. They rushed through dinner, thanked us, and got the hell away from what I'm sure they thought were a couple of weirdos. Somebody says, I know this wouldn't have come to you in the heat of the moment, but for future, just say that your in-laws canceled and you decided to run into a date. You decided to turn it into a date night as you already had a table booked. The guy says that he couldn't because he embellished the story and told them that it was his in-laws' anniversary. Oh my God. You really dug yourself in deep there. It's funny you guys are using this emoji because I came so close to turning this into like a stream emoji that you could use now, but I didn't. But I didn't. I turned that into one though. Emily Fu, that one's missing arms. You can't have it missing arms. You're ridiculous. As we roll up to number 38, not telling my parents I got married and moved to Hawaii. Long story short, got hooked on meth for 3 years and was homeless up until about a year ago. Clean and sober as a whistle. Never again. Damn, how you end up in Hawaii when you all meth, baby? Well, as we travel up the list of 45 little lies that became their life, we arriving at number 37. Wow. I once created an alternate Reddit account. It was just for a gag, and I got a few laughs here and there. But then I quickly realized I had more karma on that account than on my main account. What's this? Whoa, $50? That's so sweet, Big Worm Kevin. Then to say that I deserve it, I don't know about that, man. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I go, you bitch. You stupid bitch. You're just a bitch. You know? You ever have that moment in the mirror? I'm kidding. But, wow, that's really above and beyond, man. I can't say I properly know how to deal with you, but I'm just gonna give you the clap that you deserve, man. I appreciate you, man. You're a badass, Kevin, and I think you know it. Thank you, Papa Kevin. Bless. So as we continue, though, number 7, I created an alternate Reddit account. It got more karma than my main account, and I had to keep chasing the high of getting top comments or making it to the front page. So here I am with my 11th alternate account asking for PMs of boobs with tattoos and talking about anal sex on porch swings. This is what my life has become. Okay. As long as I by extension don't end up having to talk about fucking what was it? Tattoos, anal sex, and porch swings. Master Momo says, Kyle, you are the most beautiful giraffe. Call me a giraffe again and see where it lands you, Momo. See where it lands you, Muhammad. All right. You guys didn't know that Momo stood for Muhammad, but now you guys know. Allahu Akbar. Legendary Fat Man says, oh, good news. Not only my costume came, but I found home helium kits. Not sure what the helium kits are for, but I'm glad that your costume came. Good for you. Wow. It's pretty amazing. Good for you. Wow. Faith says that balloons scare her. Interesting. So as we roll up to number 35, no, it's 36. Gotcha. You've been pranked, bro. I told my dad that I would love to follow in his military footsteps, while unbeknownst to him, I absolutely hated the idea. Well, on my 20th birthday, he took me out for lunch and a few beers. Right after that, he took me to his best friend's recruiting office, and 2 hours later, I was confused, drunk, and basically convinced my dad and his idiot friends that this would be the best thing I could ever do. After 2 tours in Afghanistan, 1 divorce, and 10 years of my life, they were definitely right. He goes on to say, I'll share the worst part in my opinion. After I signed the paperwork, while I was drunk, I might add, I planned on trying to get out of it. I took some time and thought long and hard about what I was going to tell my dad. So the weekend after this happens, I told my dad that I was coming over on Saturday to talk about everything, and he said no problem. Do you know what he did? He told my whole fucking family, and they surprised me with a huge party to celebrate my enrollment into the army. Everyone was so damn proud, you would have thought I was already a conquering hero or something. In the end, I sucked it up and endured, and you ended up with a divorce, dude. Shit. Because of course that bitch was playing around on you while you were gone. That's fucked. Oh, what a sad story. But we're not here to bum each other out. There are 35 people in the stream, and we're gonna go to number 35. Wow. So on the list of 45 little lies that became their life. Yeah, we are on 35 now. My life, my dad's lie. He's a GP in the US and had an older Indian man as a patient. While they were chatting, at some point my dad mentioned that his sister loved elephants and had a collection of figurines. The patient went back to India to visit his family, and he brought back a couple small carved elephants to my dad to give to me. He'd misunderstood or misremembered and thought that it was his daughter who collected the elephants. My dad thought it was a one-time thing, thanked him, and said I'd loved them. Turns out, he went back to India every year for 10 years, and I'd get a new elephant figurine when the patient had come back. Well, that's innocent and lovely. So I'm glad. Number 34. I convinced pretty much everyone in my life that I was allergic to coconut at a young age. It's gross, so not a bad thing to tell people you're allergic to. I simply just didn't like it at all, and it was a good way to avoid eating it. Logic of a preteen mind. My mom played along. It wasn't until about 3 years ago when my mom-in-law had a surprise birthday party for her husband, and she made a German chocolate cake. The birthday party for her husband had a kicker. She...
Take my money, good sir.
Well, I appreciate that. I enjoy your name being No Wonder. Very subtle wordplay there. No wonder. I appreciate you. You'll always be. Wait, I can't play My Man. I gotta play Tree Fitty, because that's what you donated.
What's Tree Fitty?
$3.50.
Tree Fitty. Tree Fitty.
Well, at this birthday party, she did a half coconut and half chocolate cake without me knowing, so I could enjoy the cake and not have an allergic reaction to it. I broke down, I laughed, told them it wasn't true and I'm actually not allergic. Her face melted. I hadn't realized how long I had kept up the lie until that very moment. Ooh. Legendary Fat Man says maybe he'll go as Kyle the giraffe, guessing to some sort of Halloween shindig. I don't know what, the me as a giraffe thing is. I'm sure if you guys try just hard enough, you won't be able to turn it into a thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Fat Man says, also Crumb is painted, Kyle. I don't know where we got lost in translation, Fat Man. I told you I was going to get a crumb and I was going to paint it. I don't know why you involved yourself in this. Strange, man. Man, I just picked something out of my teeth. Oh my god. Was this thing alive? What is this? What the hell was this thing? Oh, it's big. All right. All right. That thing is big. Black screen, Kyle. Uh-oh. Here it is. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So here we go. He broke down and laughed and told them that it wasn't true. He wasn't allergic. Just lying to people about his stupid little coconut problem. So, let me go ahead and turn the music back up just a little bit because it's like weird. We can't find a balance of too loud, not loud enough. It's ridiculous. So, number 33. I told my parents I bought a duck when I was 20 to tease them. I found a picture online of one and sent it to them. Sadly, they believed me. They got overly excited about their grand duck and told my whole family, and I ended up buying a duck. Buying a duck. Buying a duck tonight. Look, it's Emmy. She's in the stream chat. Emmy sexily sent me a box of goodies today, including a bunch of shirts that she made for me. So that's pretty nice. Claps for Emmy. Number 32. My uncle's name is Ernie, and he owns a restaurant, and likes to talk to guests when they arrive and when they leave. One of the patrons that eats there a lot confused his name with Bert, a la Bert and Ernie. Being the pleasant and polite Asian dude he is, he didn't have the heart to correct him. Now whenever this one customer comes, the staff and my aunt has to call him Bert. He is my Uncle Bert now. Come on, Bert. Don't you see, Bert? You gotta get back to the kitchen, Bert. Oh my god. Number 31. There was a Japanese show posted in our videos a couple of weeks ago where this man hadn't said anything to his wife in over 23 years. If you guys haven't seen this, it's very good. His excuse was that he was jealous of attention his wife was giving the kids, so he stopped talking. He admitted he did want to talk to his wife, but had committed to not talking for so long that he didn't want to admit his silliness of something like that. If no one posts it, I'll grab the link after work. And if you guys are interested in that, I'll, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Gotta post the link, guys. I'll copy the link and I'll give it to you guys later in case you guys want it. Yeah. So as we roll up to 30, I only wanted a sugar daddy, but now I'm stuck being the first lady. Oh, come on. Come on. This is written as if it's from the perspective of Trump's wife, who only wanted a sugar daddy. You know, putting up with this old crusty old man, 'cause he got the money. The money. Oh my god. Juan Belaonde says, "Hey Kyle, what up, bro? What up, Kyle? Yeah, come peep my shit at my channel. You know what it is. It's your boy, Juan Belaonde. Don't forget to smash that pickle button. You know what I mean? Smashing all those pickles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Takes one to know one. Number 29. I did online homeschooling for a few years, and there was a forum where you could socialize with other students enrolled in the school. During this time, I was big into making music on a DAW I had downloaded. I didn't know how to play instruments, but I could still download different drum beats and guitar riffs from the developer's website. I shared a few songs with my fellow classmen and told everyone that I could play guitar and had a friend that tracked the drums. Eventually, people started asking me for guitar lessons for more songs. I couldn't keep up the lie, so I told them that my friend moved to Africa for a mission trip and would not return for the foreseeable future. But everyone in that forum thought I could play guitar. I couldn't, and still can't play to save my life. Oh no. Stupid. It all just gets more and more stupid. Okay? Wonderful. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue up the list. What list is that? It's the list of 45 little lies that became their life, you know? Special thanks to Kevin once again. Kevin, my man, Kevin, goddamn, my man, Kevin, my man. As we go to number 28. A dude I knew was giving this girl some shit, and she kicked him in the nuts. Square in the nuts. Okay, extreme reaction, but such is life. He doubled over in pain, but since he was kind of a douche anyway, no one really cared much. The next day, a Friday, his dad took him out of the school for some reason. Then, when he returned on Monday, he learned that the big rumor was that his balls ruptured from the kick and he had to get emergency surgery. Rather than correcting anyone, he went along with it. This went on for years. People made fun of him, and he just joked about it. There were idiotic songs people sung about him. He laughed about it, never denied it once, in fact participated in some of the joking at times. Finally, one day, about 3 years later, he comes in. She didn't even actually kick him in the balls, just in the gut. And it really knocked the wind out of him. After all this time, the dude who got kicked in the balls was basically his identity. What a strange turn of events. Forgive me, I was essentially evacuating my nostrils. How you feel about that? Number 27. Not me, but my dad. We moved and he was convinced that the postman's name was Gurr, as in short... No. I guess his name was Jer, as in short for Jerry. Or I don't know, Gary, motherfucker, I don't know. He greeted him by it nearly every day for about 10 years. We even gave him a Christmas card which he displayed down in his sorting office. Fast forward and we have a temporary postman and my mom asking him... My mom asks him after a few weeks, when is Gare coming back? This is met with stunned silence and a puzzled look with a resounding, who is Gare? No one works in the locality by that name. Turns out, his name is Declan. And he was too nice to correct my dad for close to a decade. Sorry. Including the kiddlies. It's just funny, Data. It's just funny. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Nice and cold. Did anyone appreciate my Star Trek joke? Fine, whatever. You people suck. I'm kidding. I love you. Besides, Kyle, the likelihood is that somebody actually did recognize it, but they're either choosing to lurk, can't make it to the keyboard right now, or maybe they're even far behind you to the point. Hey, did Emmy just ew at my burp? I'm gonna call her right now. Hey.
Hello?
Did Emmy just ew at my burp? Answer the question.
What?
Did you just ew at my burp?
Of course I did.
How dare you? You gonna apologize?
No, I'm not sorry.
Okay, I love you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. That stupid mother. That dirty lunge sucking, flurb tickling, sklurble doob of a... She's a nice lady. She's a nice curly haired lady. She's got what it takes to rock the mic, right, guys? Okay, so as we travel up this list, we're gonna go ahead and put a bow on this puppy. So, number 45, no, 45 is the number of little lies that became their life on this list. Wow, you did it. Number 26, my husband's best friend has a 6-year-old daughter that I see often. When she was almost 3, she babbled something to me. I think it was, my friend's here, and my husband interpreted it as my friend Steve. Huh. So, he started calling me Steve in front of her. Now, her whole family calls me Steve when she's around, and she still believes that that's my name. For clarity, I am female, and my name isn't anything close to Steve. Oh boy. Here we go. Number 25. When I was 12 years old, I lied about my age and made myself older for about 3 years, so I could still be somewhat cool in World of Warcraft. Cool. World of Warcraft. Now, some of my World of Warcraft friends settled over with me to other games, and whenever I meet someone new, they're like connected to them. At this point, it's too awkward to explain that I'm not the oldest, but in fact the youngest in our friend group. Somebody says, reminds me of this story of this kid who applied to college a year earlier than normal to keep up the lie about his age to his WoW guild. And he got accepted into the college. Whatever. Well, we're rolling up to number 24, man. Let's get through it. People picked on my brother in high school for getting jumped by some wannabe blood thugs in the bathroom. Popular thugs, if you can believe it. It was relentless. His confidence and friendships were crushed because, you know, people can't be seen with a loser. One day I was confronted by said thugs, basically talking shit about my brother, and in my infinite wisdom I said I could box, so they better back off. Something to that effect. Looking back, I cringe, but you do what you have to do. Needless to say, they did not back off. Somehow I landed a punch on one of the kids that dislocated his jaw, like flapping around like a mouthpiece hanging from a football helmet. I became the kid who could box, but never wanted to fight, which I guess gave me credibility. I don't really know. Everyone and their hyena came to me asking where they could learn boxing skills, how I'd learned by 16 all that crap. I'd wanted to come out and say I had been lucky, but I didn't want anyone to give my brother shit again, so the lie continued. Luckily, no one ever picked on my brother afterwards, and I did eventually learn some boxing fundamentals, but most because I felt like I was living a lie, which I was. As a man, I have not had to keep up the facade. There you go. Luna Chapel says I'm doing fucking horrible, but thanks. I wonder why she's doing horrible. I hope that whatever guy may or may not seem interested in those titties gets interested, you know? Super sorry to hear that. We all have shitty days, and, you know, I just hope that whatever would make yours better, you find your way to. Schwanz Gruberman donating through the super chat as usual. In our face, in our face. The weird thing was, that was a bit instantaneous. And I'm wondering if it was a fluke. The super chat happened really fast. What's going on, Schwanz Gruberman? I'm kind of shook by how quickly this occurred. I don't know. We'll have to see. As we roll up to number 23, when I was little, my grandma would make these horrible frozen chicken tenders. All right, fine, I'll sit up. Oh boy. You know what ends up happening, guys? Instead of situating myself in the Lexeus chair, the one that would really help me project and do this professionally, I end up becoming so late and far behind in the stream that I end up streaming in the love seat, which is bad, but you know, it's bad because the love seat is not in great shape and one side of it is diminishing. So I sit in it in a way where, like, when I'm done with the streams, I am in utter and serious pain. So did Emily just ew at me? I'm calling this girl.
Hello again?
Did you just ew at me, Emily?
I did.
What's your favorite thing about me?
You're really funny.
Wait, I can make you laugh way, or like I'm funny looking?
Not you're funny looking, it's just that you're funny and you're sweet. Even though sometimes I want to kick you in the throat.
As long as it ain't in the nuts.
Then you'll have to make up a story about your needing surgery.
I wouldn't have to make it up. I just let the story be free, and people would go ahead and, call my penis a giraffe or whatever the hell they want to do in the stream chat. So we'll go from there. Hey, don't start rumors in the stream chat. Not that you do. All right, love you. Talk to you soon. Okay, love you. Bye. Bye. Oh God, she's so clingy. You know, sometimes I'm just trying to get off the phone. God. I wonder what Faith is up to. I wonder if she'd pick up if I called. She probably wouldn't. That's the type of girl she is. Hold on. Well, damn. It'd help if it rang. Man. This phone ain't even gonna ring. Damn. Okay, hold on. Okay. Jesus Christ, I hate that noise.
Hi.
Faith.
Yes.
I don't think I've spoken to you since you had black hair.
Nope.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm not musical, but I just kind of left.
Wait, you're at
Not
the
doing
musical?
Oh yeah, I don't do anything. It's just practice.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Did you like run from a room or something?
No, I just got up and walked away.
I don't understand what the hell. Isn't it like late for you? It's like
9.
It's 9 p.m. You're not at home, and it's 9 p.m.
It's normal.
I don't know, man. Boy, does this shit sound like an alibi. Like, I'm glad. Like, thank you for being good and not doing terrible shit, and then just being like, oh yeah, I'm at like a school practice thing, because they actually practice into these hours. And if it were people around, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
What?
School. Nothing.
Wait, no, I wasn't like saying you need to prove to me where you are. Faith just turned on her camera like, man, girl, you are crazy. Faith, go back inside and we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay.
I
Bye.
love you. Be careful. Bye. What a bunch of nerds. All right, look. People were telling Emi Takahashi does not get to have A-cup titties and come in here talking to me like that. You can tell me what the inside of gay baby jail looks like and go ahead and run your sippy cup along them damn bars. Next person says some bullshit about Kyle as a giraffe is getting slapped across the face with this crack. You know what I'm talking about? Being burned. Okay, so number 23. When I was little, my grandma would make these horrible frozen chicken tenders filled with cheese. Ugh. They were just god-awful. Because I am a good grandson, I told her that I loved them, but from then on, every time that I visited her, she would cook me these abominations. Even when I was in graduate school, I would go visit her for one meal, and I would have to slide those gross things down my gullet. Every time I would say, thanks, I love them. Ugh. The things we do for love. Is that supposed to be like a Courage the Cowardly Dog thing? It reminded me of the things we do for love. Come on. Somebody make a Courage reference. Why are you guys just telling stories? Jeez. Don't tell the story. Holy shit, it was instantaneous. Why was the message deleted? Some bullshit that Kyle is a giraffe and then he instantly deleted the message. That's funny. That's funny. Guys, I think something has changed with Super Chat that makes it so that everything is instant, and that's really cool. That's really cool. That's pretty cool, because Super Chat used to take a while to roll through, if you know what I'm talking about. Well, if it isn't the Shaun Watson, he makes his debut. I admire you trying to retract that, fat man, so I'll leave you be, okay? I'll leave you be. All right, so here we go. Somebody responds to that one saying, haha, I live with my grandma and she makes the breakfast sometimes. She knows I never eat, so it makes her happy. I'm sorry, but the bacon she gets is nasty. When she isn't looking, I put it in a napkin and stick it in my pocket. She is so sweet and I'm so grateful to have her, but that bacon, Anyway. Number 23, man. The guy on TIFU who lied about not knowing what a potato was. People must love that story. People must love that story. And if you don't know what it's talking about, let me show you one time. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type in Kyle Potato. I've actually listened to this on stream once bore. I'm not going to waste 40. I fucked up. by enraging the parents of I'm not gonna waste 4 minutes and 52 seconds of your time on some, oh, this guy's live? Don't do that bit. You've done that bit before. Go back to the damn list, okay? So as we roll up this list, we arrive at number 21. I playfully said if she acted up one more time, that she'd get the belt. It turned out that she was super into BDSM, and it was surprisingly fun to do, knowing she was into it. But now, I guess, I'm a sadist. Wow. I wish I could just say stuff that people would just do. Don't type that. You're bad, Kyle. You're so bad. Okay. Here we go. Guys, I'm grateful for all of you for attending tonight. And tonight we are going to get to the bottom of why so many transgender men want to live as women. Okay? You guys are going to be thanking me by the end of the stream because I'm going to lay it to rest. I'm going to answer the questions that you guys have been wanting to know forever. Wow. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We are literally steaming. I don't like that term. We're speeding through the rest of these entries. So as we finish up the list of 45 little lies that became their life, we're at number 20. Number 20. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good with Excel. I wasn't good with Excel. And now I'm an analyst at a Fortune 400 company. Wow. Number 19. Back in high school, someone in my freshman English class thought he heard someone call me Lewis. So he started calling me Lewis. Not really a friend, just someone I spoke to on occasion. Now high school me thought he was just him trying to be funny. I didn't care to correct him, and he continued to call me Lewis, and whenever I heard him call for me, I responded. I wasn't sure until our last week of senior high school that he stops me in his tracks and goes, "Someone told me your name isn't Lewis. Is your name Lewis?" "No. I've been calling you Lewis for 4 years. I thought that was your name." And then they kissed. Number 18. Jesus Christ, this has been gilded 3 times. Buckle the fuck up. Somebody's going to want to suck my cock after this one. All right, I'm kidding. Number 18. In Vegas for a bachelor party, I was 21 or 22 at the time. Got wasted, made a bet with my friend while we were out at a club. If you're wrong, you have to pretend to be British for the rest of the night. I lost. I was British. Met a girl who started talking to me because she overheard me saying some bullshit to my friends with a British accent. She thought that I was British. I went with it. I slept with said girl. Had to wake up hungover the next morning and continue to be British. She said that we would hang out again that night. Sure, meet said girl, and she's brought all her friends who all think that I'm British, so I'm British again, but around more people. My friends are dying every time I talk. One tried to be Australian around the girl's friend, but was called out for being a fraud. My fraudulence continued to go unnoticed. Had to answer all kinds of questions about my life and childhood. I had never been to the UK. Fortunately, I was an English literature major, and I also had 3 or 4 British movies, mostly Monty Python. Thus, I was more or less an expert on all things British. He's like a fucking UK weeaboo, okay? I got tired of doing the accent, so I started saying deliberately incorrect things about England to see if anyone would... Son of a bitch.
Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon. From this great wide wacky world, jump with me. Grab coins with me, oh yeah. Kyle, you hyped for Odyssey.
Now, most of you might not have been able to dig any kind of sense out of what he just said, but he ended it with, "Oh yeah, Kyle, are you hyped for Odyssey?" And there's a new Mario game coming out called Super Mario Odyssey, and I could give a fuck, okay? The Nintendo Switch is just a console that grown motherfuckers do not give a damn about. Do you understand me? And like, yeah, we can say we grown, but we're crazy about Pokemon still. So answer me this one motherfucking question. And I mean this as a real nigga, as real as a real nigga can be. If you're fucking Nintendo and you coming out with a new console and you don't have a fucking Pokemon game on there when you are the company that has Pokemon in a vice grip. What the fuck I'm buying your system for, homie? You're fucking Pokemon, and you have fucking Animal Crossing in a vice grip, and you have not released a Pokemon entry for this title. What, you know what I mean? The bottom line is this. If I'm looking at your console and I want to get it, okay, there better be a reason for me to want to get it. How crazy am I about Splatoon, nigga? I don't care. How crazy am I about Zelda? You know what I mean? Am I going to buy this console for one game just to put it down when I'm done with that game? Maybe not. Mario Odyssey. Okay, that's what, two and a half titles as far as I'm concerned? 2.5 titles? Which ones am I playing with my friends again? Oh, only Splatoon, because Zelda and Mario ain't going to be a game that I can play online. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? If they had done this shit properly, the only reason they're doing this is because they know people are going to buy it. So I'm not going to get into the Switch again because I don't fucking care. This isn't relevant. Doesn't matter about the Switch. Okay, I don't care about the Switch. But Mario Odyssey is a game that comes out. It'll be that thing that's on the shelf in time for Christmas. So when mommy and daddy go out and they see the new Mario game, they'll be able to buy it for their freaking kids. And since they came out with the Nintendo Switch way earlier than it needed to be out, this is a console that came out in 2007, couldn't get on Netflix when it first came out, didn't have an internet browser when it first came out. This was like the jankiest and ugliest and stupidest fucking system on the face of the fucking planet. And these fucking fanboys bought it and they had no excuse for it. And I love you if you bought the Switch, baby. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, I'm a grown-ass man, and I gotta be at least able to justify some of the shit that I'm doing. So if I'm buying the Switch and I'm not into Splatoon, and I know that I'm only gonna play Zelda and then just put it down as soon as I'm done, why? And I said it to Stripes. I said it just like this. If they came out with some kind of Animal Crossing multiplayer, like MMORPG, where kind of like this phone bullshit that they're going to have where people can come visit your world and shit like that, maybe I'd want to switch. If they came out with a new Pokemon game where there would be some kind of interface with other people and shit, maybe I would want to buy the Switch. But they don't have that, and I don't care. So that's that. We're leaving it there. I apologize for going off on a little old man Kyle fucking rant with Pokemon. And not Pokemon, but the Nintendo Switch. So there you go. I apologize. We broke the momentum hard on this one, but we're going back to a story where a guy was pretending to be British. So I like to think that it turns out that 21-year-old American women are too dumb to know a fucking thing about England, so they are incapable of pointing out my bullshit. I like to think that to this day, 12 years later, that there are girls out there who think that the British invented tea and only drink it on Wednesdays, that Cromwell was a benevolent leader who gave out free pheasants to impoverished Irish, and that James Bond was written by an Indian guy, and that the only reason that the Brits are known to dress nicely is because it's illegal to not wear a tie on weekdays. The accent took over my mind so completely that when a guy in line at the restroom said something to me in a very clearly English accent, I instinctively responded in an English accent, and he got excited. I realized what I had done, but just went with it. He introduced me to his friends, or his mates, and they mentioned that they couldn't pinpoint where I was from. I told them my mom was American and I lived half my life in Maine. Bullshit. And that's why I have a strange accent. They went for it. Brought the Brits back to the group, so now I had British homies. My friends couldn't believe it. I've entered British level 5000. So many level ups in so short a time. Fucked that girl again. Even talked dirty to her. Didn't know how to talk dirty Britishly. I said I've come instead of I'm coming. Thought that present I thought that the present perfect made dirty talk some more British than the standard present continuous. Ooh. Oh boy. I laughed at my own bullshit. The British are coming indeed. I admitted to her the next day that I wasn't British. She didn't believe me and refused to accept that I was American, so fuck it. I was British for another half a day. Thanks, Maggie, for a good time and for believing in me. That's when I realized that I really could be anything that I wanted to be. I'd like to go a step further and clarify something for you. If there's good pussy on the line, homie, many men can become anything they want to be. And for everything else, there's MasterCard. I'm kidding. What? Oh Oh man, don't you know that wars have been fought for pussy? Bitch. We went back in time and gave Einstein a computer with some big ass titty hoes on there. He would sit his ass down and go, E equals MC boner.
Bazinga!
As we roll up to number 17. When I was 14 years old, I played with a group of other kids on stage during the 2008 Hawaii International Ukulele Festival. Jack Johnson was performing. That's just 10 years ago, you know, when I was a kid. I'm becoming an old man. Let me get a drink. Let this old man get a drink. Sometimes I just thank my lucky stars that this old man got such a big dick. Number 17. When I was 14 old. Fuck the years, okay? When I was 14 old, okay? I played with a group of other kids on stage during the 2008 Hawaii International Ukulele Festival. Jack Johnson was performing, and we were behind him strumming along, hundreds of us. This story has turned so thoroughly into I played on stage side by side with him, just the two of us, that I can't correct people anymore and just shamefully accept the oohs and ahs when it gets retold. Huh. Well, number 16, Whizzles. Once my boyfriend's mom asked me if I liked their bathroom soap. It's lavender. I don't like lavender. But I decided to tell her, I love it. It smells so good. Now I have an endless supply. She buys me some all the time. It's too sweet to tell her the truth. So I just keep it to myself and use the mediocre smelling soap. Oh, you ladies. Boy. My balls had semi-folded under myself. I had to kind of just fish them out of there. You know what I'm talking about? I wonder if Emmy will say eel. You can't say eel now if you heard me say I think you're gonna say eel, because if you do, then you'll have fallen into my trap. You'll have reacted exactly the way that I expected you to. Ha ha. Bing bong. Number 15. I'm from a small town and was Emmy. Oh my god. Someday you'll get some nice implants, Emmy. And then everybody will be like, hey, Emmy, girl. You know what I'm talking about? I want to be at this girl's Halloween party. Number 15. I'm from a small town and super worried / anxious about how college would go. After move-in day, everyone on our floor had to go around saying our major, what we wanted to do and occupation-wise. I was the fourth one to go. Okay. The first three people say doctor, lawyer, and surgeon. I'm convinced at this point that everyone in college was way smarter than me and had their shit together. You're on Reddit, you get it. Anyway, I blurt out economics as a major, then say professor, because it was the best thing I thought you could do with that. So now I'm in my second year of PhD program, because I just never found a good reason to change my RA meeting as a freshman. Wow, dude. Jesus Christ. Faith says nice. Nice, Faith. Nice. Dr. Scam says, Kyle, I bought the Switch in May and my friend bought one on launch. It's been worth it so far for me. Nigga, if it's worth it for you, then you don't need anybody else to, prove your purchase. The bottom line is, there is no reason for a lot of normal gamers to buy a Switch. Do you get what I'm saying? And to put it in a way that's honestly a little bit brutally honest and rude, the Switch's marketing, when it was releasing itself, was basically going, hey, you can play this on the go. What's the battery life? 2 hours. Hey, we're going to have Skyrim on this. When did Skyrim come out? 10 years ago. Nigga, we aren't gamers because we want to game in the motherfucking past. You feel me? People play on consoles because it's cheap and, you can get your bang for your buck. You feel me, homie? Otherwise, people would be playing on the PC. I've been living that life up until recently where I'm just like, I'm on console because if I could have that PC, then I would have it. And now I finally do have it, and I feel lucky, but not a lot of other people aren't in that boat. So when you're on console and you feel like you can't even get, like, dude, the Switch unfortunately feels like last generation. So again, if you're all about Splatoon, yay. If you're all about Zelda, cool. I need something with some replayability, with some longevity. I'm not saying that Zelda isn't that. I'm just saying I'm not buying a system for one game. I'm not buying a system for one game. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Emmy says, I just think that there aren't any games on it yet that justify the purchase, Doctor. Ooh, she's mirroring what I say. Bing bong. What is this guy doing? Yoink. It's just a whole bunch of stacked up boxes. What the hell I'm supposed to do with that, fat man? What the hell I'm supposed to do with that? The quality of the stream is degrading. I'm not sure what the hell I can do about it either. Getting pretty scary. Getting pretty scary. Nah, the quality of the stream is really going down. All I can do is continue, so I apologize. As we roll up to number 14, my then girlfriend wanted me to play this game that involved, among other things, some color matching. I did not want to play this game, so I stared at the different shades of blue in confusion and asked her what the fuck I was supposed to do because they were all the same color. My now wife was so delighted by this discovery because it explained so much. It doesn't. I just like really awful color palettes, and I meant to come clean to her right then and there because I knew it would spiral out of control, but instead, here I am 3 years later trying to keep track of which colors I have a hard time with, and married to a wonderful woman who wants to get me these color correcting glasses, and I can never ever tell her the truth. Yo ho, think you blind, think you colorblind, and you're going along with it. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Well, as we roll up to number 30, we're almost 10 away from the end. Living in a college town, every year around spring graduation, there's one or two I'm here to see my kid graduate, but I haven't been able to locate them families. Usually the kids that stopped going pocketed their family's money and or just gave up and couldn't handle telling the family. It ends so sadly. Oh my God. Jeez. That's pretty sad. Pretty dank, honestly. I don't want any more of that though. But I guess we gotta give you more. Somebody else says I knew a guy that took his tuition and room and board money in the form of a check from his grandfather every year, and also got checks for incidentals. He was kicked out midway through the year. He ended up graduating after the fall semester of what should have been his senior year, so he didn't walk, made a fake diploma, and had a graduation party. He ended up getting a job at a local place that required a college education and is now a manager and makes quite a bit. Never had to provide anything showing he graduated, and they never checked. He used the stolen tuition money to buy a house during the downturn and did well on it. I imagine his story is probably 1 in a million for these types of circumstances, though. Damn, baby. Number 12, baby. This is one that doesn't bother me. I had a coworker with memory issues or dementia, and he called me Kevin once in a while. Not my name, obviously, but it made me laugh, and one of my coworkers started calling me Kevin and telling the new employees that was my name. This was 3 years ago, and it's still kinda going. At the same time, I told my son, who thought it was hilarious, and somehow it morphed into me calling him Kevin, and my cat too. So I would yell downstairs, "Kevin, is Kevin down there?" And my son told his best friend, and they started calling each other Kevin. Now, when I see my son's friend, I call him Kevin. For this story to come full circle, my son and said friend came to my office and I introduced them as my son Kevin and his friend Kevin. Also, my sister now calls my son Kevin. Edit. Since this has a little traction, I will add more. The coworker who calls me Kevin calls my son Kev Dog, and my son calls my son Kevy. And they started acting like a tool to, when he starts acting like a tool, to make it sound like we were talking to a 9-year-old. He's 16. Wow. So, number 11, man. I became friends with one of the managers at Panera. One day, as I was giving a cashier my order, he told her to give me the same discount as they give to firemen, police, and paramedics. I think he just chose his discount as it was an easy button to push on the register. Well, the cashier really thought I was a fireman, and I'm not. So for the next 2 years, this cashier gave me a discount. Even if she wasn't serving me, she would go out of her way to tell the cashier that was helping me, he's a fireman, give him the discount. It snowballed into such an awkward situation that I didn't know how to get out of it. Luckily, the cashier eventually transferred to another store, and now I happily pay full price. Wow. What the hell is this guy? What this has to do with the stream, we'll never know. Fat man working hard to get some privileges revoked. Oh, damn. Aaron Deere says Emmy is a Miko. Call her that. How does Aaron Deers know that Emmy chick's name? That's such an Asian name, dude. What an Asian name. Emiko. Makes me want to turn her into an android. Get her on some of that Ghost in the Shell. Oh, they made a movie. They ruined my reference. I can't make that reference. Because they made it into a movie. It's mainstream. They ruined it for everybody. Oh no. Let's complete the list, ladies and gentlemen. 45 little lies that became their life, according to Reddit. Wait a minute. Sorry, I kind of lost the splash image in OBS. I was trying to get it down. So number 10, I have one. A good friend of mine did not have an umbrella on a very rainy day. One of her coworkers offered her a lift home. One lift home turned into 2, then 3, until he was shuttling her to and from work every day. Jesus Christ. That shit ain't cool. Well, he was shuttling her to and from work every day for months. This coworker is also a very good baker. He would make these lovely cakes and pastries and offer them to her, which she politely took every day. Then one afternoon on her way home, he stops and picks up his parents. He happily introduces her as his girlfriend. She was shocked by this, to say the least. They proceeded to invite her to a family gathering over the long weekend to meet everyone. His parents were so nice. She accepted because she didn't have the heart to embarrass the guy in front of his parents. She went to the gathering, met the other family members, and he kept introducing her as his girlfriend. She never worked up the nerve to correct him or stop him. Long story short, they are now married. What? Too long didn't read kidnap someone until they love you. Nice. People saying my name, Faith Kyle. Remember to put up the black screen before you open links. Oh no. I'm just gonna make sure that people stop posting links in the stream chat one way or another. You know what I mean? That or people stop being, strange about what they post. Should be pretty straightforward. You don't have that ability because it should be abused. Yeah. Aaron Deere says, because we're friends, Kyle. Who's friends? Me and you? Why not? Momo says, oh, yep, oh no. Oh, yep, oh no. Oh boy, here we go. Number 9. An electrician came and priced up a job at our rental property. He greeted me with, hi, Ian. I've come to price some work up. I replied, yep, that's me. My name is not Ian. It's not even close to Ian. I was too British to correct him on his error, so I just went along with it. It's not the worst lie I've ever come out with. In my head, I'm thinking, at worst, this guy is just going to call me Ian again when he leaves. He was in my flat for a good 20 minutes, calling me Ian during conversations we had. Not once did I correct him, just stayed in character as Ian. Weeks went by, and he eventually came back to do the work at the flat. My missus and me had the day off. I had forgotten about the whole Ian thing until that day, so I explained to her that if she talked to me that day to call me Ian. It's just easier. Ooh. Oh, Emmy says, should I get pink or blue glitter to do my makeup with my costume? And Faith says, why not both? Oh boy. Emmy says, I only want to order one. Wow. Aaron Deere says, me and Emmy are friends. Okay. But I see you as a good buddy, Kyle. Let's just stop it at that. Right. Congrats. Patrick says, hey, Kyle. Hello, Patrick. And Stack Cheddar says, Kyle, I don't know if this goes with the topic, but I was dating a rich girl, and I had my homeboy rob us, and we... You did not! Stack Cheddar said, Kyle, I don't know if this goes with the topic. I was dating a rich girl, and I had my homeboy rob us, and we split her money, but it fucked her head up bad. She's never been robbed at... This didn't happen, Stack. It didn't happen. It didn't happen, yo. What? Are any of you even hearing this? You're talking about fucking glitter and Shaun says, I once told my friend at school that my dad was involved in underground Oh my god. Number 9. Gotta go. Number 8. My mother was a super control freak, so one of the ways I would avoid home was after school extracurriculars. I got the date wrong on a math team meeting. Oh boy. So I lied to my mom about it while actually attending the debate team intro meeting. I probably didn't need to lie, but it was always safer to not disrupt her precious schedule. Eventually, debate became a regular activity for me to avoid home. In 3 years, I was a state semifinalist, and in college, I coached the high school national champions and turned that into a free ride for a master's degree. Well, aren't you a badass? Michael Davis said, I don't believe it, Kyle. I don't believe it either, man. You can't be. It couldn't have been that savage. You see what I'm saying? Stack Cheddar just looking for stories, man. He just looking for that googledy woogledy. We can't believe that. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. So as we roll up to number 7, I moved to a new city when I was in 6th grade, and on the same day I started 2 other boys started, and they both knew how to skateboard. So I lied and said I did too. Then for months I lied about being able to skateboard to them and other kids at the school. I never came clean because I didn't want anyone to call me a poser. So I bought skater boy clothes and a skateboard and learned how to skateboard because I lied about knowing how to skateboard. I'm still skating since then, and I'm 27 now. She said, see you later, boy. Somebody said, I really want to learn how to longboard, but I'm 28 and have never skated in my life. Do you think it is a learnable skill at this point? What the fuck? Somebody says, here, I'll teach you right now. Number 1, push toes down to turn. Push heels down to turn opposite way. Number 2, if you run over a rock bigger than a BB, you'll crash. If you hit a crack wider than a banana, you'll die. Avoid those. Number 3, relax when coasting. Don't ride like you're surfing. To look cool, act like you're just standing or waiting in line, and there just happens to be a board with wheels under you. Looking at your phone while riding helps this. Number 4, when riding on a crowded sidewalk, yell, passing left or right, and don't be scared to push people over when they turn around to look. They'll just know you're a badass and shrug it off. Number 5, dismount is important. Sometimes I jump off and let my board slam into whatever building I'm going into. You can also push the tail down to the ground and skid. Tape some flint on the bottom of the tail so sparks shoot out for extra flair. Somebody else says, I love how this gets progressively less serious. If you hit a crack wider than a banana, you'll die. When little Timmy learned to ski, or hoped and wanted to, he said, this life's unkind to me. It's time for something new. I long to see the snow, he said, where sky and mountain meet, the slow descending slope ahead, the world beneath my feet. And so he packed and chose the track. He wore his skis with pride, but little Timmy hit a crack, and Timmy fucking died. I've read this before. You son of a bitch. Sometime you already know you read it before in the heat of the night. Moffat's order is here. The Canadian cutie. I love Moffat. She needs to give me one of those hugs where it's like no time limit. And it's like, wait a minute. Do you know where you're pushing those boobs? Oh my God. Oh my God, do you know where you're pushing them boobs? Oh my God. She spelled the name wrong! I take it all back. I can't fucking play. I can't fucking believe this. I can't fucking believe this. Okay. I can't fucking believe this. Man, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go to number 6. I was dating a girl and I met her parents. I was a freshman in college, seeking my physics degree. When I met her dad, he asked me why in the world I would go into physics when it is a difficult field to get work in. Thinking on the spot, I said, yeah, I've thought about it too, and I've decided to switch to mechanical engineering. Well, I'll be getting my mech engineering degree this May. Somebody said, props to you for following through on that. Listen to your heart when it's calling for your girlfriend's dad. Number 5 is where we arrive. We arrive at number 5. Ooh, boy. Oh my God. Okay. I was homeless, sleeping under a bridge in Charlotte near the music factory. I decided I needed a job, so I dressed as best as I could, which wasn't very well. Walked into a bar on 7th and lied about my work experience. They gave me the job. I started working that day. They paid me cash after every shift. I worked there for 3 years, became the manager, and now I love cooking. Never cooked a day in my life up until that point. A lady in her 50s who was acting as the kitchen manager trained me. She knew I lied, but she also knew I was in trouble. I couldn't even cut a tomato. She saved my life. She didn't tell anyone and kept training me, even though sometimes I'd piss her off, but I always tried to do better. I got an apartment a month into the job, using another cook to call the apartment and let them know how much I get paid, because they wanted that for some reason. I was getting paid $11 under the table, so nothing was on record, which is why he had to call. I worked as a line cook immediately. It was overwhelming. I'm not from the city, and the work was fast-paced. I would study on my time off by watching YouTube and cooking at home. That's pretty dank. That's pretty dank, man. Ooh. Listen, I'm not trying to see this name in the stream chat anymore. As long as we're all in agreement, then we can all be expecting a gay baby jail, okay? I don't have to be the one to put you there. Faith can put you there, if you know what I mean. So here we go, rolling up the list to number 4. Told a small lie to a girl. I was texting that I love running. Don't know how it's sold because I was fat. Started running the second after I sent that. 5 years later, I went from 298 to 180. Not bad. I wonder if I can just start running out of nowhere because I've been walking. You know what I mean? Emily.
Yes.
Emily, I would like for you to refrain.
Emily.
Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah.
That's me on the stream, not me in real life.
I can't tell. There's too many sounds.
I would like for you to refrain from the fake yelling within the context of the stream.
Okay.
Okay?
I can do that.
We're in agreement?
We're in agreement.
I'm glad we're in agreement.
Yes.
Do you want to know what's set up out in the living room?
I don't know.
I'm going to go ahead and pause my music and see if you can hear it, okay? I'm going to turn my mic way up.
It's a train.
Yeah. It's the train. Are you jealous?
Yeah, I want a train now.
Nah, no, they're expensive.
Can I have a train?
You can get a kind of a train. Come on, ride that train. Woo! And ride it. That's what I would play. Ew, man. I don't think trains are... Oh, God. I don't even want to be around a girl that would be down for a train. Unless it was some kind of like high concept sci-fi cloned Kyle adventure. And it was a whole bunch of Kyles.
But you're on...
I'm sorry.
What the
It
hell
sounded...
does this have to do with
What?
a train?
What?
What does this have to do with a train?
Oh, you don't know that, like, when a train, running a train on a girl is like another way of saying gangbang?
Oh, I didn't. Oh. That's not what I meant. I mean, like, choo-choo.
Yeah, choo-choo, running a train on a bitch. Choo-choo, run a train on a bitch. Choo-choo, you know what I mean?
No, that's gross.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Say you know what I'm saying.
No, because you hate when I say that.
Do you know what I am saying?
Yeah.
So you remind me of Jimmy. Oh, I keep forgetting that you haven't watched South Park.
Now, stop it.
What?
That man is Snapchatting me over and over again. And it's annoying me, so stop it, please.
Just
Thank
tell him
you.
to stop.
I just did.
Why you let him get away with that horse shit?
I just told him to stop.
Make sure that Aaron and Fat Man keep all of that to Emmy, because Emmy's down with that. Emmy wants the train run on her, if you know what I'm talking about. Come on, ride the train. Choo choo. What happened?
I do not.
Not you, the flat Emmy.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk to you soon. I have a list to finish if you believe that. So I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. That clingy. Oh, I've been trying to get off the phone forever. Whew. Anyway. What train was I talking about? A model train that I have running in the living room right now because I'm Gomez Adams, apparently. If you have big titties and you want to know what's going on with that train, Kyle, are you into trains? Why do you have a train out there? Then you can have that special information. I'm kidding. As we roll up to number 3, somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. The sharpest tool in the shed. Okay, let's try this again. Number 3, somebody thought I was Jewish, and I didn't want to correct them because I hate confrontation. So now everyone in school thinks I'm Jewish, and my homeroom got me a Passover card signed by every 1. My brain told me it was time to stop. Punctuation much, motherfucker? My brain told me it was time to stop, but I didn't want to ruin it. Ruin the thought or the gesture. Ridiculous. DM Reaper says, wonder if it would be a good idea if Kyle did an introduction to Reddit for Dummies video. If that's what floats your boat, man. I'm pretty sure it's been done before. Faith says,
Show me the train, Kyle. Show me the train.
why you want to see the train? I'll give you guys clues about what the point of the train is. I'll give you guys clues later. So, did I really make a Gomez Adams reference? I am the worst. This stream is for old people, and all I got are you young cats in here. If I had like some kind of like, I don't know, old dad, he'd be all like, yeah, I know what he's talking about. I remember that show where the white people would put on blackface. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Number 2. I was really desperate for an A on my final project for Chinese. So I asked my mom, who's a native speaker, for help. Well, it worked. The teacher was impressed and I got the grade I wanted, but next year I had the same teacher and she had really high expectations. I ended up studying for hours every day while asking my mom to help with my homework for months. Eventually, my Chinese got to a point where my mom would look at it and almost always confirm that it was correct and not grammatically awkward. So yeah, I learned a language to cover up cheating on a single project the year prior. She Chinese, she do well on test. She'd have the same teacher next year, so she try her best, and she learn Chinese, so they do not expose her. When she go home, her mom ask her, why you not doctor? Oh God, we made it to the end of the list. Bing bong. Oh God, I am kind of tired today. I did too much today. I want to thank my amazing patrons that literally are just an orgasm. You know, every time I want to just think of them. You guys are just incredible. How do you do it? You know, you guys are so sweet. I feel like I need to put some salt on you to balance it out. I said that. Kyle says shit like that apparently. So here we are thanking the sponsors. Here's another equally ridiculous thing I'm going to say about you guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a desert, and you guys are just the right amount of ginger ale for me. A lot of people aren't into ginger ale the way that Kyle's into it, but I'm into it. And you want to know something weird? Ginger ale is not available for Prime Pantry, and that kind of pisses me off, you know? It's not the end of the world, though. It's not the end of the world. Thank you, sponsors. You guys are fresh and clean. I want to thank specifically my man Kevin for being a rough rider. You know what I mean? He's all about it. He bout it, googa googa. Thank you to Dr. Scam, and thank you to No Wonder. And thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Thank you, Moffat's Order. Thank you, Schwans. Woo! You know what I mean? Just thank you for being amazing. You know, thank you for being a friend. As we roll to number 1 in the list. My freshman year of college, I was walking around campus when a very friendly-looking girl waved at me. I'm awkward, so of course I waved back. The next week, the same thing. This began the weirdest saga of my life. For the next 2 years, we greeted each other as old friends every time we came across each other. She knew my name, somehow? I never could figure out hers, and it was way too late to ask. I just pretended I knew who she was. Finally, I joined the honors program and entered my classes for my thesis. Who should be in the class but the mystery girl? I was horrified. I wouldn't be able to pass it off anymore. The first day of the class, we were all sitting there chatting and she greets me by my name again. I had finally learned her name from attendance, thank God. Someone asks finally, oh, so do you two know each other? Where'd you meet? Silence. I stare at her, she stares at me. Finally, she breaks down wailing, I don't know, okay? We've just been waving at each other for 2 years, and it was too late to ask. She's standing in my wedding next spring as one of my bridesmaids and very best friends. That's adorable. That's adorable. That's adorable. You girls crazy as hell. You girls crazy as hell. Somebody says that sounds like something I'd get myself into. I'm glad you made a friend. Aw. Right after I sang thank you for being a friend. Oh, right after I sang that. Wow. Travis Lee says, they don't sell your Canadian soda on Amazon, Kyle? Don't play with me, nigga. It ain't Canadian soda, it's Canada Dry. Canada Dry is a type of ginger ale. We're not getting through this, okay? We're not going into this again. You're trying to trigger me on that bullshit. You see, it's green, nigga. That's why you know it's ginger ale, because it's green. Want some of that purple drink. Sugar, water, purple. I want that purple stuff. Where's Tiffy Cakes when you need her to recognize your black people references? Ow, Lord. The Little Billy Mafia says, easy solution. Ask for their number, pass them your phone, and let them fill in their name. Oh. Gross. Gross. Well, I love you guys. I got some shit to go order off on my wish list because they need to get here before the beginning of next month. Oh God, I want some Butterfingers. But I can't find anything that's not like Halloween bullshit right now. We got a real problem. I want some Butterfingers. Alright. But I need that. Well, that's 36 bars. Well, am I crazy though? Am I crazy? That's the real question. You're getting a deal technically because it's 36 bars and you're paying $33. So it's less than... Nigga, duh. Am I the type of person that's going to spend $30 on Butterfingers? That's like a lifetime. That's like a lifetime. Oh, but you're worrying about Halloween now. Even though you're going to turn off the lights. And I say, follow me down till you see all my dreams. I feel like I've said that plenty of times, and people may not have understood that reference. So what we're gonna do is look up Nelly Furtado's "Turn Off the Lights" lyrics. Where's the part where she goes, follow me down till you see all my dreams. Not everything in this magical world is. Oh my God, what a dumb song. Oh, guys, I love you to death. I don't know what you want from me. Wait, you're telling me that Faith and Mitch aren't on the sponsor? Whoa.
Dude, you keep me from going homicidal at work. Keep it up so my body count stays low.
Dante, I appreciate that, man. You really went above and beyond. Thank you, my man. My man! That's really dang. Thank you, Dante. That's spicy. You're a hot boy. But guys, whoa, very quickly. You're saying that Faith isn't on there? Faith is right there. But Mitch Runs isn't on there. Okay. Mitch Runs isn't on there. We'll deal with that. He's probably not the only one. I'm going to have to redo that whole thing. The only Mountain Dew that I drink is Baja Blast. And it tastes damn good as a slush. You know what I'm talking about? As a slush. Slap it on some slush. Faith says, Kyle, why isn't Mitch on the sponsors list? It's because I need to rectify it. Mitch, you're amazing. And I'm going to have you on there soon. Forgive me. Oh my God. Dante, you're a badass, man. I appreciate that. I thank you. And you're all that I'm about, man. You went above and beyond here. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate it. Guys, I want you to see more of me, but I feel like I wouldn't be entertaining if I tried it. So you guys will see me soon tomorrow. Again, thank you for those of you who were here for that silly little that sausage game earlier. That shit was wild. I really enjoyed that. That shit was particularly ridiculous. Sausage game. Oh my God. Steven's sausage roll. Oh my God. Well, guys. You'll see me soon. I'll try to play some South Park tomorrow because we really need to get somewhere further in that. And that's what I'm all about. Oh boy. Look forward to that. You'll see me soon. And I love you. Good night.